The following video contains profanity and language that some viewers may find offensive. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey, sister girl on films, you don't want to miss a thing. Better stay tuned in.
Yeah.
So lay back, get into the vibe. In the
Biker gang rolled up on us. I rolled on you. I'm about to roll. What are these illusions? What are these deadly illusions? I saw enough to know I don't need to be a crackhead too. Cause that's some crackhead shit. No shade, but all the shade. Bitch, what?
Sister girl on films. Hey.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sister Girl on Films. And as you can tell by the title, y'all, I am here to give my thoughts and opinions on the highly anticipated sequel to the critically acclaimed 365 Days that left audiences and critics everywhere across the globe saying, "Child, what is this?" So if you're interested in my thoughts on this something, stay right there, child. We're going to get right into it. So if you saw my read, roast, and review of the first 365 Days, you know I had so much to say about that hot-ass mess of a film. And so I knew that there was a sequel that was in the works, but you know, rumors come and go, right? We're supposed to have the second Avatar 10 years ago, okay? So you never know what can happen. However, Netflix said, oh no, it was the #1 rated movie during 2020, during a goddamn pandemic, and people were quarantined in the house. So of course, it was the most watched because horny women in their 40s had nothing else to watch or to do. But Netflix said, ladies, we're going to bring you a little bit more Massimo, and we're going to add a little more spice in it this time around. If you watched the first one, you know it ended with a cliffhanger. We had Laura in a tunnel. She was being chased. We don't know what happened. All we know is that the ambulance came, the police came, Massimo was and fades black. So in my brain, I watch a couple of movies or two, right? Okay, so I'm thinking the movie's obviously going to start back at the tunnel, right? Because that's where it was kind of an okay cliffhanger. You know, the movie was trash, but I was okay. I wonder what happened to her. We know she didn't die, obviously, but what did happen? You know, who was behind this and all the things. This movie opens up and we have Laura with that terrible ass blonde wig. Jesus. And she's looking over this beautiful scenery on a balcony. She's in a wedding dress. And I'm like, okay, I guess either this is a flashback or everything was okay and we're just proceeding forward without really ever finding out what happened in that goddamn tunnel. So she turns around and she sees Massimo. And I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe they got married. This is after maybe pre-reception, post-reception, middle reception. I don't know what these two crazy kids, what this could be. Child, she turns around and the first line, I can imagine what this script looked like. The first line on the script was, "I'm not wearing any panties." I said, oh shit, well hell, we know what this is gonna be. And then they start screwing on the balcony, him in his tux and her in her wedding dress. And it goes on for an uncomfortable time. Y'all, we ain't even 2 minutes into the damn movie and they're having sex already. Oh my Lord. So then her friend, I forget what her friend's name is, child, but her best friend walks in and catches them having sex, and Massimo, his whole character in this sequel is just weird, but he was like, "Are you jealous?" I'm like, what? And he's like, "Maybe next time you can join us," and walks away, and Laura's just like sitting there laying across the table with her hair wig in disarray. I said, okay, so this is what this movie is going to be, a bunch of goddamn mess. And I was right. So the best friend is just like, just checking in with Laura, making sure she's okay, you know, surprised that they had sex before the wedding, whatever, I guess. And then Laura makes mention that Massimo can never know that she was pregnant and lost the baby in the tunnel. Okay, we got a little exposition. That's okay. So maybe I'm judging too quickly. Maybe the sex scene was just to get people engaged, but we're going to have a real story here. So then they hug it out, and Laura puts some panties on now because it's a little uncouth to get married without no drawers on. And then we get like a music video montage of them getting married and then leaving the wedding and riding off into the sunset. And then they go to a hotel room to have post-marital sex some more. So this movie is a whole lot of sex, pointless dialogue, music video montage type scenes, and then wash, rinse, repeat. Okay. So then after they have the sex, then they have the honeymoon. And I'm like, oh God. And then so we get more sex. And I'm like, enough. And y'all know, if you saw the first one, it's not just regular old like Red Shoe Diaries. If you know what that is, I'm trifling. It's not Red Shoe Diaries like subtle pumps. No. It is triple X, like bend her legs back like a pretzel. I'm wondering if they really actually are doing this, or do they have the protective covers on? Because it's a whole lot. Okay, I was like, okay, is this what this movie is going to be? So they get back home after their music video montage inspired honeymoon, because that's what happened after the very lengthy sex scene. Then we had a music video of them having sex. Having sex in the jacuzzi. They went to go play golf. She sits down on the course and has her legs cocked open, and Massimo hits a golf ball in between her legs, and she goes, ah. So they get back home, and the best friend and Domenico, who was Massimo's new right-hand man, they're dating now, and they are also inserted. Their storyline is there for, I don't know why, but then Massimo and Laura walk in on them like about to have sex on their dining room table, and it's stupid, but the purpose of this scene, I guess, is to show that Laura is still a strong woman, because she gives Massimo attitude about something. Now, mind you, nothing has given us a clue or a hint that she has any issues with Massimo. Like, they're just screwing every which way on the honeymoon. So now why are we coming back home and you're being, impatient and having an attitude with him? And like, you don't tell me what to do and all this other shit. And I'm like, okay. And I forgot to mention, y'all, she finally took off that dreaded ass wig during the honeymoon. And she said to Massimo, she's like, what do you think? He was like, reminds me of the first time. Reminds you of when you kidnapped her, huh? Looks like the victim you remember, huh? With the brown hair, not the blonde hair. It looks like the old Laura you recall. Okay? Baby girl? Ugh. The worst. So then, after this weird ass exchange with Massimo and Laura and her having an attitude about I don't know what, we fast forward and it's Christmas. And so there's, again, a weird music montage of people exchanging Christmas gifts. The friend and Domenico get engaged. Massimo and Laura are tongue kissing in front of the family. It's just a lot. It's just a lot. And with Christmas music playing, I'm like, what am I really watching right now? And so Massimo tells Laura that her Christmas present is a clothing company that he bought for her because he recognizes that she misses being a businesswoman. And so here, this is for you. What? It was not really, we know that she liked to shop, but she's in Italy. Like, I don't know many women who don't take the advantage of shopping when you're in Italy. But I never got that she wanted to own her own clothing line, but he gave her a clothing business for Christmas. And so she whispers in his ear, I don't know what you get the man that has everything, but I think I have something for you. And essentially it's more sex. Girl, he's had that. He's had it. He had it when you were the victim of the kidnapping in the first one. He's had it the first 45 minutes of this movie. But I guess the gift that keeps on giving, I suppose. So she sets up like a little map, I guess, of his property to a room that she has a big old bed and she's like, I guess about to do some S&M type stuff, and it's supposed to give us fans of the first one a reminder of the infamous scene, this scene right here, y'all, this scene right here of Massimo when he tried to have sex with Laura in the hotel and she wasn't really feeling it. But this time she's down for whatever he wants to do, and it gets graphic. Okay. And then so after the very, very, very graphic sex scene, okay, I felt like I was too young to watch, okay? Massimo reveals during Pillow Talk that he has a brother. Dun, dun, dun. What? And then he doesn't say anything else about it. Doesn't mention, is his brother older? Is he younger? He a half brother? Is he a twin? Is he adopted? Like, where's his brother coming from? So, rightfully so, Laura is pissed off that Massimo did not really give more information about this newly discovered brother. And so she's pissed off at him. So the next day, Laura is out and about, still pissed off that she has to be a rich, wealthy wife of a mafia boss. And she's somewhere on the property. I don't know. And then we get this slow motion walk with music, another music video montage, honestly, of this man walking towards her. Now, mind you, the man is fine as hell. And at first I thought it was Massimo, but I'm like, I don't know no damn Massimo. And then the dude introduces himself as Nacho, and he's the new gardener. The gardener, looking like that? Okay, I got some, I got some gardening you can do over here, buddy. Anyway, and so Laura, it doesn't raise any suspicions to her that this fine-ass man is the new gardener. I mean, look at the rest of the staff. Ain't none of them looking like this, but you just gonna go ahead and believe it. And he looked mad comfortable, too, and it's not dressed like a gardener, but okay. So the next scene we have is a dinner party with Massimo and Laura at like a high society event or whatever. And she has the attitude because they still haven't talked about the brother. Again, rightly so. I get it. Okay, that's a plot point. I'm not mad at it. Okay, it's the only plot point we have. So we're going to hold on to what we have for dear life. Because God forbid we have another 15-minute montage of them screwing somewhere. So I'm going to hold on to this brother shit for as long as I can, okay? And so Laura's pissed off about that. And so Massimo kind of walks away because he's sick of her attitude. And she gets up and is like walking around, and she looks up at a balcony and she sees who we believe to be Massimo. Obviously, we're a smart audience. We know damn well it's not Massimo. We know it's his brother, who is his twin. We know that because he doesn't really make eye contact with Laura like that. His ex-girlfriend, or Massimo's ex-girlfriend, Anna, walks up to him. They make eye contact and they walk away. So Laura has a look of, oh, bitch, hell no, on her face. Rightfully so. And she goes and she finds them and they're having sex. I knew we couldn't go too long without a sex scene. And so Laura, our big bad girl boss woman Laura, who cusses out Massimo and puts him in check and does all this other shit, doesn't confront him, doesn't go off, doesn't slap him, doesn't say, Massimo, what are you doing? Nothing. She just runs away crying. And so conveniently enough, while she's running through the courtyard, sad, Nacho, our sexy gardener, rolls up on her and is like, are you okay? Come with me. We can lead the party or whatever. And so the next morning, I don't know, they're on the side of the road or some shit. And she throws her cell phone. She like texts her mom and lets her mom know that she's okay. But her mom was right about Massimo. She really doesn't know him. She's tired of him. She doesn't want to be with him no more. When she's ready to come back, she will. But she's done with this whole situation, basically. So she throws her cell phone and she's gonna throw her ring, but she thinks differently and just takes her ring off, puts it in her purse, and tells Nacho to take her wherever. Girl, you just met the gardener 2 days ago. Now you feel safe. Bitch, didn't you learn enough when you got kidnapped by Massimo? Did your kidnapping not really give you the idea that maybe me going off with a random ass man to I don't know where is not a good idea? Like, is the Stockholm Syndrome still permeating through your veins? Lord, she's the worst. Nacho takes Laura to this fly ass house. It is so nice. And I'm watching it again as a viewer, like, how is the the gardener affording this type of house? Well, Laura don't say nothing about it. This bitch ain't got no goddamn, she don't have no survival skills. See, and that's how she got kidnapped in the first one. But also, too, Nacho is fine as hell. So she might have had questions in her mind, but was like, I'm in this fly-ass house with this fine-ass man. I'm going to let it slide, and I'm going to go ahead and get cozy and watch a movie by the pool, which is what they did. I liked Nacho. I liked the storyline with Nacho. It was in those moments when Laura was with Nacho that I begrudgingly enjoyed this film a little bit, just because it seemed like a romance. It seemed like a love story that was blooming, and I enjoyed it. Like the conversations they would have, how flirty he was with her, how respectful he was of her, but we know Nacho ain't who he claims to be. So while Laura is bonding with Nacho and just trying to get her mind together, Massimo is just spiraling, honey. Like his Laura is gone. Laura's mama then went up to Massimo, found him, cussed him out, slapped him barely, was like, ah!
I have no idea. Where is she?
What did you do to her? What did you do to my daughter?
Slapped him in the face, told him off, said she's going back to Poland, and she's like, and don't you try to stop me.
Don't try to stop me.
Lady, Massimo ain't moved an inch, honey. He don't give a damn about you leaving and going to Polo. He probably don't even like you. Lady, he wanted to kidnap his wife, marry his kidnapped victim in peace, and here you come trying to make it normal. He want an abnormal life. Get out of here, go back to Poland. He don't give a damn. So Massimo has everybody on high alert trying to find Laura, figure out what's going on with her. So then we get back to the new love nest, really, for Nacho and Laura. And Laura is sleeping and she's having an erotic dream about Nacho. And they're doing all the things because this movie cannot go too long without sex. Whether it's actually happening or it's an erotic dream, it doesn't matter. It has to happen, I guess. And so in the middle of her being asleep, we see a man that's coming, like trying to enter into the room. And, you know, she gets startled. And before she can really realize what's happened, Nacho has come, saved the day, disarmed the man. Didn't kill him, but, you know, kind of knocked him out. And so Laura's like, oh my God, are you okay? Is he going to die? Nacho's like, no, he's fine. I don't know what that was about. Somebody just tried to break into the house. Nacho and Laura go to another fly-ass house that Nacho has, a beach house. Okay, what is the living salary of a gardener in Sicily? Please tell me, because this is an amazing place. And so Laura, big head ass, finally asked Nacho, what do you do? Because you are sure living lavishly for a gardener. I said, thank you, dum-dum, for finally getting some damn sense. And he still doesn't really answer. He just says his father has a lot of money and he's trying to break away from his father and wants to do his own thing. But his father doesn't really want him to break away, so he allows him to have all these things. And she was just like, oh, okay. Okay. Laura. Come here, dummy. Again, his father has money. If he wants to break away, he can do that any way he wants to. Why would he just run and be a gardener? And then also, movie, person who wrote this, Massimo is very protective of not only Laura, but his estate, himself, his family, everything. You mean to tell me Nacho was able just to get onto his compound and pretend to be the gardener so he can get close to Laura? And even if he was able to infiltrate, Massimo didn't really put two and two together that they weren't seeing the new gardener and the grass was overgrown? Okay. Moving on here. So then we see a scene of Massimo's twin. Y'all forget his name, child. We're just gonna call him Massimo too. And Anna, Massimo's ex. And so we know that this is supposed to be the big reveal that he's Massimo's twin. Child, we already knew that. But anyway. And so they set up this whole plan so that Laura would catch them having sex. She would leave, and as she's leaving, one of their hitmen would kidnap her, and then they would get rid of her, and Anna would get back with Massimo and try to bring the families together like she was trying to do and create a whole criminal enterprise. I guess I don't fucking know. But didn't go well, and then one of the henchmen gets shot by Massimo's twin. I guess. So Laura ends up finding out that Nacho is not who he says he is, and he is actually the son of the rival mafia family of Massimo's family, and his goal was to kidnap Laura. Bitch, you ain't learned nothing. How you go through trauma? How you go through kidnap and your damn survival instincts have not increased? And so Nacho takes Laura to his father's house where they're having a meeting with Massimo. And the whole point is for an exchange for Laura. Massimo is to relinquish his power of the mafia, of his mafia family, and give it to his crazy ass twin brother. Massimo ain't having it. And so when Nacho and Laura get to his father's compound, he thinks he's giving her off to security provided by his father. But come to find out, these are some dudes that are in cahoots with Massimo's brother and with Anna. So Nacho and Massimo go and walk slow motion as fuck, child. They just walking slow as hell, but they look good doing it. And everything's in sync because these some fine men. But they walk to the meeting place and they find Laura there, and she's being held at gunpoint by Anna and Massimo's twin. And also Massimo's twin revealed during the whole thing that Laura was pregnant but lost the baby in the accident in the tunnel. How the fuck do you know that, sir? How do you know that? The only people who knew she was pregnant was Laura and her best friend and the doctor. So how the hell you know she was pregnant? Movie, you didn't think it through. Then there's a whole showdown. Anna ends up shooting Laura. As a result, Nacho shoots Anna. God damn it, so many names. And then Massimo ends up having to shoot his brother. And then Nacho turns like he's going to shoot Massimo, but then he doesn't, just kind of walks away and is hurt because Laura got shot. And then the movie ends with Laura in Massimo's arms, shot in the stomach. And so we're left with another nail-biting cliffhanger. So I guess we're going to get a third movie that nobody really wants, but people will still watch because I don't know why. So yeah, y'all, so that was 365 days this day, and I don't know how they managed to do it, but it was worse than the first one. God damn. There was barely any story. Like, the introduction to Nacho was good. I liked Nacho because he was very fine to look at and he wasn't as disgusting as Massimo. But the dynamic between Massimo and Laura was all over the place in this movie. It was just bad. God, this movie was bad. I don't even know how I made it through, y'all, but I made it through for y'all. So let me know in the comments below if you checked out 365 Days this day and what did you think about it. If you have not seen the first one, if you want to watch some softcore porn, you can go check it out. Or you can just click the info card at the top or click the link in the description box and watch my re-roast and review of the first 365 days so you can be caught up and then come back and watch this again. You know what I'm saying? Give me double the views. It's free. You know what I'm saying? 2 for 1. I'm just saying. So, again, let me know in your comments below if you watched this film, what you thought about it. If you loved it, then good for you, because this was shit. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Child, What Is This? And as always, y'all, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel. And thank y'all so much for y'all support, and I'm going to see y'all next time.